Hey guys, on today's video, we're breaking down the characters of Wiccan and Speed in the comic books. They made some appearances in the MCU. Stay tuned to learn more.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Jersey Comic Crew. Chris and Rob here breaking down Wiccan and Speed. We've been talking a lot of WandaVision. It's been blowing up everywhere. The kids are now in the show. They're starting to get older. So Rob and I thought it'd be a great idea to do a video breaking down who Wiccan and Speed are in the comic books. A lot of people don't know who exactly they are. And we're talking about William Billy Kaplan Altman, who is married to Hulkling now. That's Wiccan, one with the magical powers, created by Alan Heinberg and Jim Chung, and Speed, Tommy Shepard, a little more anamorphic there, created by Alan Heinberg, Jim Chung, and the great Steve Englehart.
So the first point we want to talk about is their birth, right? Especially these characters are so unique. So William and Thomas Maximoff are born to two twin boys, born to the great and powerful Wanda and Vision. So actually, it's a little different than that. They were created by Wanda's magical constructs using her hex powers. Later, it was revealed that Wanda used some of Mephisto's life energy, essentially the scattered soul of the demon, in order to give souls to the children. Unfortunately, though, this would be in vain because they were then reabsorbed by Mephisto.
So in the comics, this kind of connects to WandaVision, what we talked about previously.
Yeah.
Where Wiccan and Speed might be a part of Mephisto's soul. There's a chance he's trying to get his soul back in WandaVision. We talked about this. Make sure you go check that episode out, because that might be a direct correlation to the comic books and the storyline, where there are actually pieces of Mephisto's soul that are weakening him, and he has to get them back.
Now, since Mephisto reabsorbed them, the two children later in the comics timeline, they were reborn, weren't they, Chris?
Yes, they were. And they were reborn as William Kaplan, who is obviously Wiccan. And we don't see the rebirth of Billy until he's in this separate family. So he gets reabsorbed by Mephisto, and then later on comes back as William Kaplan. And he's the oldest of three brothers. He's born to Jeff and Rebecca Kaplan. He was bullied mercilessly because of his homosexuality throughout high school, and would take solace in the quiet hanging out of Avengers Mansion. Back when the Avengers weren't in the tower, they were in the mansion in the middle of New York City, and it was quiet because they were always on mission. So he would hang out in front of there, and he actually runs into the Scarlet Witch one day.
Oh.
After he was beat up at school, and she heals Billy's wounds, and they have this long conversation, unknowingly that they are related. That's her real son. And she basically tells him, listen, stand your ground, be who you are, you'll be fine. Billy stands up for another kid at school, and his mutant powers unknowingly activate, almost killing the bully. This all takes place in Young Avengers Special #1, great issue. Wow.
Now, in contrast, we have to talk about the other twin, Thomas Shepard Speed. So Tommy was raised in Springfield, New Jersey as the son of Frank and Mary Shepard. His brother, unknowingly at the time, they didn't realize they were related, finds him and recruits him to be a member of the Young Avengers. Now, also, we fast forward a little bit, Tommy's being held in a juvenile hall type prison for accidentally vaporizing his school, just because he had his powers. Upon breaking him out, they realize that Tommy has a striking resemblance to Billy, and he has the white streaks in his hair and Speedster's powers. Obviously, there's some connections to Wicked and Quicksilver, with Quicksilver being his uncle.
So then we get into the Young Avengers, which is basically the prime of Wiccan and Speed.
Yeah.
Now, Wiccan is known for being one of the original 4 Young Avengers, along with Patriot, Hulkling, and Iron Lad. And then Billy, original name, was the Asgardian. He later changed it to Wiccan. His powers, as we know now, consist of flight, lightning, which is probably part of the Asgardian side, as well as being able to cast chanting spells that he focuses on and kind of creates this reality to make things happen, similar very much to Scarlet Witch. And obviously, Tommy later becomes a part of this team with his speed powers.
Now we're going to talk a little bit about the connection to Scarlet Witch, right? Obviously, that's the mother. So, as we mentioned before, Billy was always a fan of the Scarlet Witch. He was the favorite Avenger. And actually, in Young Avengers 11, Vision and the Super Skrull, believe it or not, tell Billy of the possible connection to Wanda based on the similar power set.
And we get this flashback where Wanda used her hex magic, as we mentioned in the beginning, to create her children. They took the pieces of the souls of Mephisto and unknowingly used 2 fragments of Mephisto's soul in order to create the children.
Mm-hmm.
Mephisto lost those fragments in a brutal encounter with Franklin Richards, who is the Omega level mutant child of Reed and Sue Richards, who can create realities and different scapes and parallel universes and human life, basically. And that all took place in Fantastic Four number 277. So when Mephisto reabsorbed the soul fragments that he had lost, partially because of these 2 children becoming real things, they destroyed them because he had to take them back.
Gotcha.
That Wanda put in them. So then they were reincarnated as William Kaplan and Tommy Shepard.
So they got reincarnated twice, essentially.
Basically, yes.
Comic books, you gotta love it.
Comics.
So now there's the awareness of the possible connection, right? So now it's the finding of the Scarlet Witch, right? So following the events of Marvel's Civil War, Billy and Tommy are set on a search for Wanda. In their search, they come across this person called the Master Pandemonium, who recognizes Wiccan's magic abilities are the same as Scarlet Witch, his mother. He then tells the twins of their origin, and Wiccan decides that he is happy with the person that he is, and he stops the search.
Now, Billy restarts the search after his powers overload in battle with the Sons of the Serpent, which are the worst type of racist hate crime group that tries to divide America. Sounds familiar. Then Magneto, Quicksilver, and Wiccan have to save a depowered and confused Wanda, now getting a little more towards the House of M stuff, who is unknowingly engaged to Doctor Doom himself in Latveria. They battle Doom, and it takes such a toll on the Young Avengers because it's Doctor Doom that they disassemble completely.
And then we're going to focus on like where they are in recent comics, right? So Speed, unfortunately, hasn't really been around in recent comics. He's always been a background character, a secondary character. On the contrary, Wiccan has a little bit more of a recent push, if you will. So we know that Wiccan was married to the Hulkling. Now, the Hulkling currently is the emperor of the Kree-Skrull alliance that's forming right now that we saw in a very recent event, Chris.
Yeah, we saw this in Empire, where Wiccan was essential in kind of figuring out with the Avengers what's going on with Hulkling. They just got married. They didn't really have time to celebrate their union because this war with the Kotati, this plant group that wanted to terraform the Earth into almost all plant life, Poison Ivy's dream, started attacking and betraying the Avengers. Wiccan was essential in kind of seeing through, oh, is this Tommy or is this a Skrull or what's going on, and seeing through a lot of things and helping the Avengers stop this event from happening.
So, guys, that is our quick snapshot on who Wiccan and Speed are in the comic books. So now that you have this under your belt, you're going to learn a little bit more about those characters. And you never know, we might see them on the big screen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Maybe the Young Avengers gets created. We do see a lot of young characters being involved. I'm excited.
So am I. And if you guys like this video, definitely give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments below if you want us to do more deep dives into comic characters like this. We figured this was a great one to do considering WandaVision is all the talk of the town right now.
Oh, yeah.
And as always, if you are brand new, subscribe, turn on those likes and notifications, and share to everyone. Join the crew if you want. And as always, I'm Chris Heller. That is Rob Moran. We are the Jersey Comic Crew, and we will see you next time.